Today we are entering a new module. In this module, I will introduce you to some skills and tools that you can use in your life and work. As the first day of this module, I will tell you how to solve problems simply, reliably, and stably. This routine is called the 4-step problem-solving method. Palya's 4-step method of solving problems. The first step is to thoroughly understand the problem. The problem can neither be too difficult nor too simple. Don't take the initiative to find problems that are too difficult, and don't just go with the flow and find problems that you can do. To make sure you really understand the problem, you'd better rephrase the problem in your own words and in various forms. No matter how you rephrase it, don't forget to point out the backbone of the problem. What is the solution required? What is known? What conditions should be met? The second step is to form a solution idea. The key to this step is to get good ideas. Your past problem-solving experience, your knowledge, these are the sources of ideas. You have to ask yourself, have you solved a problem that is relevant to the current situation? Are the methods used at the time still applicable today? Do you need to do it, and what adjustments should be made? If the idea never comes, you try to change the various components of the problem, known, unknown, conditional, and replace them one by one until you find a similar problem that you have solved. The third step is to execute. Getting an idea requires knowledge, good habits, focus, and luck, and executing it is relatively simple, mainly patience. Remind yourself over and over again. Check every step. There are two kinds of checks. One is intuition. Intuition is to ask yourself, is this step right at a glance? One is to prove, and proof is to ask yourself, can you strictly prove that this step is right? Both are useful, but two different things. The fourth step is to summarize. You can't just solve the problem. That's a wasted opportunity to consolidate your knowledge and improve your skills. You go over the argument process again. Try to solve the problem in another way. Look for a clearer and simpler way. And ask, can the solution this time be used to solve other problems? Summarizing is the best moment of inspiration. The above 4-step solution is from How to Solve It, a new aspect of mathematical method How to Solve It. A new aspect of mathematical method, which I recommend today. It was written by the great mathematician G. Palya. Before becoming famous, Palya was a high school math teacher, with von Neumann among his students. Palya had many achievements in number theory, but with the passage of time, what people remembered most was this book, which was aimed at teachers and students and taught how to solve mathematical problems. Tao Juexian, the most famous genius in mathematics today, used it to prepare for the mathematical Olympiad when he was a child. This book is not only for geniuses, but also for ordinary people. With over 1 million copies sold and available in 17 languages, it is the best-selling mathematics book of all time. After reading it, I had two big feelings. One is that if my math teacher had used this book, my math would not be as bad as it is now. The other is that this 4-step problem-solving method is universal. Palya said it applies to middle school students and college students. It doesn't matter, as long as it's math. I think more than that. List of issues to solve. The counterpart to the 4-step problem-solving method is a complete list of questions. Even if you're not facing a math problem but a life problem, the 4-step problem-solving method and problem list are extremely valuable. It's applicable to countless other situations, helping everyone find a solution to their own problem, no matter what it is. The list of questions in the understanding stay guys. What nouns are solved? What are known? What are the conditions? Are the conditions sufficient? If you can draw a picture, you must draw it. Decompose the conditions into various parts, restate the problem in your own words, and repeat it. The list of questions in the problem-solving thinking stay guys. Have you seen similar or related problems before? Can the methods used before be applicable this time? Do you need to introduce auxiliary assumptions where there are dissimilarities? Are the conditions sufficient? Can you construct a problem that is a little simpler than the current one and solve the simple one first? If you fine-tune the known numbers, conditions, or even change the unknown number of the solution, can you find the solution leads? The list of issues in the implementation of the problem-solving idea stay guys. Have you checked each step? Can you see that this step is correct? Can you prove that this step is correct? The list of issues for the review facile. Have ETH results been checked? Has the demonstration process been checked? Can the results be derived in another way? Can the method be used to solve other problems? Polya argues that these lists of issues it must be systematic, natural, obvious, and in line with common sense to prevent interrupting the process of forming ideas. It must be asked repeatedly and internalized into a muscular response. There must be generality, applicable not only to the problem at hand, but to all situations. It is necessary to gradually lead from general problems to specific problems, activate ideas, and then return to general problems, and so on. Only in this way can the practitioner point out the direction of thinking, while leaving enough room for effort. Polya's 4-step problem-solving method and question list use heuristics. Heuristic learning originated from the famous eureka of the ancient Greek scientist Archimedes, which means found and has been passed down to this day. It does not guarantee perfect results, values practicality, and is a classic method of discovering, solving problems, and learning from them. Heuristic learning, simple but not easy, is not a secret in itself. You can understand it at a glance. It definitely works according to the prescription, but you must practice hard to succeed. Dalio's 5 steps to success. Ray Dalio's success relies on a very similar strategy. He founded Bridgewater Capital at the age of 28 and today manages more than $150 billion, making it one of the most successful hedge funds in recent years. If you are interested, you can look forward to his verbal decision-making method. In my upcoming article, How to Leverage the Intelligence of Crowds with Logic and Algorithms, here is his 5-step path to success, which is similar to Polya's 4-step problem-solving method. Generally speaking, to be successful, talent, luck, and hard work are indispensable, and Dario said that is not the case. He believes that success does not require high talent, and everyone can achieve it. Luck is just an excuse. Success only depends on hard work, and hard work is not difficult to reason. It depends on whether you choose or not. Dalio said that to achieve the goal, only 5 steps are needed. First, set goals. Second, find the obstacles to the goal. Third, diagnose the problem and devise plans. Fourth, make a list of tasks to solve the problem. Fifth, resolutely implement the task. Then iterate these 5 steps over and over again. Dalio emphasizes the need to do it step by step. To set a goal is to set a goal without thinking about whether it can be achieved. To diagnose a problem is to diagnose a problem without thinking about how to solve it. Each of the above 5 steps has different requirements for ability, and it is impossible for ordinary people to have them all at the same time. How to deal with your ignorance is much more important than how much you know. To manage your ignorance, you must first accept that you have shortcomings, and then you must figure out how to make up for them. Learn if you can, and more importantly, stay open. Look for people who are stronger than you, and learn from them. In the end, whether you can achieve your goals is entirely your own business, no matter what the environment is. You are the only one who takes responsibility, without any excuses. Setting goals without thinking about whether you can achieve them helps you set a high goal that you really want to achieve, but may not be able to think about right now. And this implies a belief that you have to believe that you can achieve any goal, even if you have no idea how to achieve it, when you set the goal. Dario himself thought and did so, as long as you iterate the previous 5-step effort method. No matter how high the goal is, it will enter your range sooner or later. How do you manage yourself in the face of an endless road ahead? To be successful, there must be to me. Making decisions is the me, and these decisions determine whether you can achieve your goals. The meta-me is always looking at the me, the designer, monitor, and evaluator. The most important thing about this external self is that it must be objective towards the me. Meta self-thinking helps to look on difficulties in an objective and detached way, so as not to be controlled by the me torn in front of difficulties. In the stage of devising plans, Dario emphasized that it is necessary to think through the possible problems and their responses. Imagine how to get to the present and how to take the next step, and imagine the panorama, like writing a movie script. Write down the plan. The finer the better. It is a story. One end is your goal, and the other end is the task to be solved. Don't forget your story because you are busy with specific tasks, and revisit it from time to time. In addition to daily cultivation, there are also distant places. Summary of this lecture. To sum up, today we talked about that if you master the routine, you can achieve any goal. We talked about Polia's 4-step problem-solving method and Dario's 5-step success path. They have similar steps and the same spirit and essence. The implementation of the two is always to face the truth, face the shortcomings calmly. Plan carefully, train repeatedly, and pay attention to feedback. Dario said that the way to success is so simple, that it is not easy to do, and I think Polia would totally agree. Thinking today. Today's thinking training was inspired by mathematician Polia's book How to Solve Problems, a new approach to mathematical thinking. I leave you with a thought question. I believe you must have goals that you have always wanted to accomplish, but haven't accomplished, such as losing weight, how many books to read. Please use the method we talked about today, set a goal for yourself, and then make a plan for distributed solutions. You are welcome to record your plan in the comment area below the document and see how it goes. You are also welcome to share today's content with your friends, supervise each other and make progress together.